Rare, limited, Japan only. Not if the Chinese have anything to say about that. Not every day I get to review a kit that I like a lot, and that is decently rare among collectors. But of course I couldn't get my hands on the real one, so this one from Dawn will do just fine. This is the XVX-016 Gundam Aerial introduced in the Witch from Mercury series, and was piloted by the main character of Season 1. The normal version of this kit was released back in 2002, while the clear version was released a year later in 2003 and cost 1,600 yen, or 8.5 euros. Currently the best price of a real one I found was eBay for 60 euros, while this bootleg version was only 7 euros. Talk about a deal! The box is a solid black color with just the number of model kit on it. It says Star Motion model, so nothing much to see here. The instructions have their color art removed and replaced with the figure code and Star Motion models as well. A warning and color guide has been removed from this part. The stickers are less bright here, so they indicate how the model would a bit look like. The rest of the parts were mainly unchanged. So before I get to stuff in the box, let me talk about the issue. Clear parts are mostly good, but the shoulders I had to glue because they wouldn't stick. Like this part would just pop off because it was only being held by pressure and nothing else. The wrists are very loose, and when he holds weapons they just bounce around. I might glue this part inside so it's just a bit stronger and like wiggle. The ankles obviously clip are just blubbering about. Everything is decently loose except the elbows. They're perfectly good. The head pops off if you go too far because plastic on plastic joint of a ball joint. Some joints like this beam saber, they're extremely tight, so I need you to do some work inside of them. If you take a look at beam sabers, there is a couple bubbles inside of them, but that issue is only present on the transparent green part. So this is only the issue with the effect particles. So you had to put the stickers under the clear black parts, but they are not clear enough, so you can barely see the sticker even if you like put it close. And this part on the chest, which is already molded with the sticker on it, was not transparent enough. I tried to see how that part will look with the sticker on it, and it's worse. You can't even see it at all. So the first thing we have is a beam rifle. The scope I painted with a marker myself. The sticker that came with it was just white. I didn't think it was suitable for a scope. Then we have the effect part for it. It clips onto the front like this and looks pretty cool. It can be of course held in the arm of model kit. So you just take the top off like usual. Put the hand in. And there you go, it's ready. He can hold it, but it's because of the wrist it's very loose. You also get a special connection with which you can plug it onto the model kit's ass or backpack, whichever you prefer. It can be held like this or like this. Next we have the shield, which consists of different bits, and it can transform into the armor. It can transform into a bit form. I will demonstrate that later. But that shield can simply just plug into a bag or onto the side of an arm, and it's held on sturdily. You can of course plug it onto the thigh, but that's not where it's supposed to go. Next we have the two alternative chest parts without print on them. You could use stickers under them, but the plastic isn't clear enough, as I already mentioned, so you can't see anything. The left one has sticker, the right one doesn't. Next we get two green flat beam sabers. They are nice, but they have bubbles inside of them, as I mentioned. And they don't exactly plug into a beam sabers too well. Like, you really have to force it in on at least one of them. And then just into the hand. And held on pretty well, if not counting the wrist. There are a bunch of stickers here. These are activated ones, so underneath you have like some texture, not just black. These ones are just black. They're nicely reflective, but the clear parts are not good enough for that. You also have these parts, they're for color correcting of a shield, but they are cut off poorly, so they're not good. And I would absolutely prefer the transparent shield than covering it with some stickers. This is supposed to be the scope on the weapon. This is why I didn't use it. And here for the chest, I just painted mine. I think it's better. Should have probably gone with a different color. Not the same as outside. I completely forgot to mention that it comes with this stand. It's not very transparent. Not as transparent as the kit itself, but it's decent, I guess. It's made of soft plastic, so it won't crack easily. So that's it. So let's move to posability. So let's get into posability. So firstly, we have a head on a double ball joint. It can go forward, back, so it can look up that far, and down that far, and of course the giggity. And of course the giggity. Full rotation. Then the shoulder can go. The shoulder is on a ball joint, so we can move up this far. The shoulder pad goes up, and you get this, and you get about 270 degrees up. The shoulder can move back this much and forward this much. Since it's a ball joint, it can go swivel. There is another swivel over here. The elbow is a single joint, which can give you about 110 degrees. The wrist is a ball joint, so can do all the ball joint things and fall off as well. The ball joint activities. The backpack has no motion at all. There is slight ab crunch. Very slight ab crunch. It's tiny because the ball joint is deep socketed. The full rotation at the waist. Side skirts can go out, but they're held particularly, so I wouldn't recommend doing much with them. Front skirts can move out, they're on a ball joint. I separated mine. This is why I like that. The leg can go forward this much, full 90 degrees, and back this much. The full spread, even a bit more than the full. There is no thigh swivel, so you would have to be thankful for a tiny bit of a rotation. The knee is a double bend. There is a double bend at the knee. The armor only on this part is going with it, the other one stays locked. There is a bow joint at the ankle armor. A full rotation on the peg of a heel. Bow joint in the front. You see clip going this much forward and this much back. So it is pretty articulated. Let's see if I can put it in the usual pose. It can absolutely pull this pose off, but the wrist keeps falling off and it's annoying me. So I would say the articulation is pretty good on this kit. It is usually being recommended as a starter kit, Gundam Aerial, not the clear version. And it is pretty damn solid for a bootleg. So let's put on the bit armor. First we take the shield. We separate this part. That's our first bit. Then we can get these two. Another bit. And these two. And one more. This part goes unused. On the instructions you can find images with this part on the weapon, but I do not like how it looks with that, so I just keep it as a bit. You take this part gets plugged in, another one, and that is all going onto the back skirt. Next you take this part, it goes onto the right hand, and this part goes onto the left. Then we separate these two parts and do it the same on the other side. So these two go onto shoulders. And there is a hole here. I was putting it upside down. So it plugs in like this. And the last part goes into the hole on the thigh. And there you have it, the bit form. So let's get into size comparison. Here is a G-Quax high-grade gun cannon, high-grade red Zaku, Fat Cat RX-78, high-grade drill Ballade from the same series. So it is just the same size as all the normal gunpla, just an average size. So in conclusion, I can say the quality of material is about average. The fitting of the parts is a bit above average from what is expected. The clear plastic is actually good, but the dark parts are not good at all. The tightness of some joints need a little bit of work, but if you have a joint tightening pen, it will be very good. The price is extremely cheap for a limited kit, well, which is originally limited. The design, I love how it looks under the light. Bang for your buck, you don't get many accessories, but that's what it normally comes with. If there was a full rebuild clear version, yeah, of course, that is an insta buy. But anyways, I really enjoyed building this kit. It was pretty simple. There was barely any issues with most stuff. So I would recommend buying this kit if you need something cool in your collection, or if you just enjoy Gundam Aerial and missed out on the clear version. Anyways, thanks for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Bye bye!